without further ado, big thank you to all of our speakers today. We've got some exciting things to show you, haven't we, Sinu?
Yes, we do.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves. So Victoria, tell us who you are, where you're from and what your prize is today.
Okay, so hi everybody, I'm Victoria from Paradise Promotions. Today I am going to be focusing on Fort Young Hotel and Dive Resort in the beautiful island of Dominica, and my prize is a £50 Amazon voucher or a $60 Amazon voucher.
Super amazing. Thank you, Victoria. We have also got Sinu and Rochelle and Sophie.
Hello,
Tell us
from the
who
Maldives.
you are, where you're from.
So, my name is Sinu. I'm the sales for Ifuru Island in the Maldives.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening. I'm Rochelle. I'm the general manager for Ifuru Island.
And my name is Sophie, and I work for LJR, and we are the UK reps for Ifuru Maldives.
Super
And
amazing.
we are,
And your prize today.
we are giving away a 2-night stay here at Ifuru Island, Maldives with premium all-inclusive.
Excellent. So everybody needs to listen very carefully. So thank you for that. We're looking forward to seeing you very soon. We have also got Melanie, who's just come back from an amazing adventure, and she's happy to tell us all about it. So Melanie, tell us who you are and where you're from today.
Yeah, I am Melanie Latham, and I'm here on behalf of Acacia Safaris, who operate in East Africa. And I have just come back from the most amazing trip to Uganda, and we'll share a little bit about that on my presentation.
Super,
and it's
thank you very much.
£50 or $60 Amazon voucher.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Melanie. Last but not least, we've got Andrea. Introduce yourself, tell us your prize, and then you can start your presentation.
Okay, my name's Andrea Hogg, and today I'm representing the Grand Canyon Group, and I'm going to be telling you about all the tours that we do around the Grand Canyon, and I'm giving away a £50 or equivalent Amazon voucher. So I will just share my screen and hopefully.
And don't forget, we'd love to see lots of flying around.
Sorry, I've gone to the wrong. Start again. How many times do I do this? Right.
Just now and again.
I know. All right, get to the beginning. I did put it at the beginning. Okay, right, I'll begin. So hello, my name's Andrea, and yeah, the Grand Canyon Group. So the Grand Canyon Group is made up of Papillon Helicopters, the Grand Canyon Scenic Airlines, and Book Wild ground tours. We have gateways not only just in Las Vegas, but also at the Grand Canyon, Page Lake Powell, and Phoenix, Scottsdale. And what's great about the group is that we're not just made up of helicopters, but we're also made up of airplanes as well. And we have the Hummers, which is the ground transportation. So that means we can sort of vertically integrate with what customers want to do when they're at the Grand Canyon. So we operate these EcoStar helicopters, which are one of the safest helicopters. They have a huge screen, so you get great views over the canyon. You've got these Bose noise cancelling headphones as well with special music, and they're just ideally designed for touring, so that you get a great view of everything that you want to see. And then we also have these Vista Liner aircraft as well, because not everybody wants to go in a helicopter. So there is an option for you to see the Grand Canyon through as on an aircraft. And again, these have wider windows, and there's about 16 seats on these planes, and they're just perfect for you know, seeing the Grand Canyon. So this is a map of the Grand Canyon. Most people go into Vegas, and we have a terminal at Las Vegas where you can fly from and do a lot of the tours. But then we also, if you want to go by plane, Boulder City, which is just outside Vegas, about 40 minutes. You can get the helicopters and the planes from there. And just a little tip, it is actually cheaper if you go out to Boulder to do some of the tours. And then you can see we have the Grand Canyon West. You can pick up tours from here. So don't forget that fly drive market. There's a lot of people doing fly drives at the moment. They may drive into the Grand Canyon National Park, so you can get tours from here. And then we also have the South Rim as well, and also Page Lake Powell. So these are some of the areas where you can pick up our tours from. So the sort of experiences that you can do, one of the most popular ones is the Strip night flight. So you pick up the helicopter from our terminal in Las Vegas, and you do a Strip flight over the Las Vegas Strip, and it is spectacular, and it's our lead-in, and it normally retails around $100, something like that. We also could do a Strip flight with the Neon Museum, or you can do a fly and dine experience. We're also going to be packaging with some shows as well. And if you've got customers who may be interested in the Grand Prix, we actually can fly over the Grand Prix circuit while it's actually taking place, or most people want to be on the ground when it's taking place, so they can go pre or after in any of the practice rounds as well. Or you can do fireworks on the 4th of July or New Year's Eve as well. So there's some of the Strip flight tours we do. This just gives you an idea of our terminal at Las Vegas Strip. And we also will do pickups at, we were doing them at every hotel, but we've changed that because a lot of the time people were sat on the Strip for quite long periods of time. So we've cut down the number of drop-offs and pickups we do to a few hotels, just so that customers are not sat on a coach for hours when they could be back in their hotel. But I have got details of where we'll pick up from to take customers to the terminals. Then we've got the Grand Canyon West. This is where most people who are in Vegas, they go to the Grand Canyon West. Here you've got the Skywalk. This is where you can actually land at the bottom of the canyon. So that's one of our most popular tours. So if anybody wanted to go from Las Vegas, they would use the King of Canyons tour. But the Grand Celebration is exactly the same tour, but slightly cheaper. And that goes from Boulder. And both those tours will land at the bottom of the canyon and is an experience in itself. You can also go to the rim of the canyon. You can do the Skywalk as an add-on. We've got pontoon boats down the Colorado River. Or if anybody is on a budget or is time precious, they can just do an aerial tour over the West Rim. So there's lots of different options for customers going to the West Rim. And maybe if there's people who've been before, and they, you perhaps could consider offering them a trip to the Grand Canyon South Rim. The South Rim is like the more picturesque part of the Grand Canyon. It's where a lot of the images you see of the Grand Canyon are taken, because it's the widest part and the deepest part of the canyon. And again, don't forget your fly drives. People often fly drive into this part of the Grand Canyon, so we can do helicopter tours from there to the North Rim as well. You can go river rafting as well from this point. So to get here from Las Vegas, though, you do have to fly, and then you pick up the helicopter. So just bear that in mind. But we do lots of different tours from there. And then the North Rim, this is where it's more of maybe a stag, a hen do, or a family if they want to do something a bit more exciting. We've got ATVs there. You can get lunch, a traditional cowboy lunch. It's a bit more remote, it's a lot less busy, and again, you have to fly there. So it's just something to think about. And then one of our new experiences that you can do is Bryce Canyon and Zion National Park. You get an aerial flight from Boulder to Bryce Canyon, you explore Bryce Canyon, and then you get a coach back through Zion National Park. And again, this is a really popular trip that you can do, particularly offer it to guests who may have done the Grand Canyon. It's just something else that you can perhaps offer them. And then one of our favourite ones to do is Page Lake Powell is Antelope Canyon, and you can see from these images it is something you know, to be seen. You've got new for us is Secret Antelope Canyon, and we only let a few people at a time go through on this tour. We also do Tower Butte as well, and you can also fly over Horseshoe Bend. The flights here you can either get from Page, or you can take the tour from Boulder City as well. So again, these are some extra tours if people have done the Grand Canyon but are, you know, quite spectacular tours. We also offer private helicopter and plane experiences if somebody did want to take it just for their family or for their group. Weddings and proposals, everybody's now looking for Instagrammable moments, and what a, you know, best way to do it than to go to the Grand Canyon, either to propose or to have your wedding there. So yeah, we can do proposals and weddings as well at the Grand Canyon. So I'm just going to show you a quick video which highlights all those tours. So we work with all the main bed banks like Hotel Beds, ATI, Bonatel. You can also book through Attraction World or DSD. They have all our tours on sale. A top tip, especially for UK customers, is because of the time difference, we always recommend maybe doing the Grand Canyon tours on their first day, because they're probably going to be awake quite early. So it's a good way, you know, to use that time, and then they can be back to enjoy the rest of the day. Also June, July, August is our high season. I do recommend you get your customers to book early, because otherwise they might not get the tour they want at the time they want. And the other thing is with this is it's a great way to earn additional revenue for your customers. They probably will end up doing it when they get there anyway, so why not, you know, you earn that revenue from doing it. So I've put on this screen here some tools you can use, and the grandcanyongroup.com is brilliant. It lists all our tours, it's got images, it's got videos and fact sheets which you can download and use for your own social media purposes. myhablow.com. If you follow us on there, we update you with all the different things that we're doing. And if you would like to experience it yourself, we do a 30% discount for you and your for your own tour as well. You can email michael.wareham@papillon.com and he can sort you out with the discount. So if you have any questions, please let me know. But thank you.
Super amazing. Thank you very much, Andrea, starting us off in style. So any questions you've got for Andrea, please pop them into the Q&A for the attention of Andrea. We're now moving across to Uganda. We've got Melanie back. It's all yours, Melanie.
Fantastic. Let me share my screen. Let me know. I've got a couple of really small sound bites and I want to just check afterwards that you can see them. But right now, can you see my PowerPoint? Yeah, fantastic. Great. Well, thanks everyone. Really appreciate your time before the bank holiday for many people, not for everyone, depending on where you are. But I'm here on behalf of Acacia Safaris. So we've been going for over 22 years now in East Africa. So from Uganda, Rwanda, Kenya and Tanzania. I'm going to really take you through a little bit more about Uganda. I've literally just come back last week from the most amazing trip. It's the second time I've been, did a slightly different itinerary. And I have to say the experience in Uganda is really, really unique, very authentic, very adventurous, and can really kind of, it can be quite thought-provoking just in terms of not only the animals that you see, the wildlife, how close you get, but also the impact of like the community that you might meet. And as well, it's a beautiful country. And I think, you know, if you're doing a trip to Uganda, and I'll take you through a little bit in a minute, but one of the things I think that really comes across is actually like the beauty is actually in the journey. It's such a stunning country. And so even if you have got, you know, you've got quite a bit of terrain to get through, but you're just like literally snapping away the whole time at just life, culture, animals, and how green it is, how beautiful. So hopefully you can see this. So, you know, as I mentioned, we're actually over 22 years now in expertise, you know, and obviously that's the security with that, and that we know we've got guides on the ground that they can look after, and they know, you know, the kind of the country as well. Very much kind of working on tailor-made. We'll have like sample itineraries, but you'll often find some people, yeah, that's great, but they also may have done some additional kind of research they really want to do. And you are seeing kind of things like impact, sustainability, and community coming up, as well as obviously, you know, and I think, you know, we can talk about the post kind of COVID times of bucket list and people really wanting to do that thing, the incredible thing that they've always wanted to do, and now it's like, let's do it. So we can certainly help with that, and we can help tailor-made. You've also got people that might have like ancestral reasons that they might want to visit as well. So they may do some kind of safari, some gorilla trekking, and then also may have had kind of family in the past living in somewhere like Uganda, East Africa. So, and again, we've got guided tours. So, you know, obviously, UK, British, American, you know, we've got English speaking, obviously, but then we've also got supplements that we can tailor the kind of the itineraries for other languages as well. And I know that you've got some people here today coming in from overseas, so we can certainly cater for that as well as special dietary requirements and so forth. So as I mentioned, these are the countries that we operate in. We have 3 of our own lodges at the moment in Uganda. We have another one coming along later on this year as well. So we work with a lot of partners locally. We have our own transportation company, as well as other businesses. So we're quite well established within the region, which I think is, again, another security. And then in terms of coming, why would you come to Africa? I mean, for many people, it's going to be the kind of the safari experience, the gorilla trekking. But for some, it might be they want to do hiking, you know, trekking, cycling. You can be quite adventurous and do that type of thing as well if you want to go something different. So I think that, you know, there's real kind of a lot of focus as the next kind of area to visit, I think. And there's a very different experience, you know, between Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda and Uganda, and kind of Uganda, Rwanda more so for the primates. You know, but then obviously you've got great beach options in Kenya and Tanzania as well. And you can also combine them with Uganda. We have a lot of proposed itineraries. So I will send those afterwards, and then you can kind of go through those in a bit more detail. But obviously in Rwanda, you're seeing a lot of new kind of interest in Rwanda with some of the luxury properties that are coming on board, like One and Only and so forth. And again, you've got the mountain gorillas here. So this is a great experience for those that really want to, you know, focus on the amazing opportunity of being close, you know, to the primates. So really fantastic options there. Then Kenya obviously is known for its safaris, for seeing the big five, which is lions, leopards, elephants, buffaloes, and rhinos. So that's one of the main reasons. But of course, Kenya, you've got the wild beast migration across the Masai Mara, and then you're also going to have, you know, options there of doing safari with beach, which is something that increasingly we're seeing, and also honeymoon requests as well. I think for these regions, as people are looking for something slightly different. Tanzania, then obviously you've got the Serengeti National Park, and again, millions of animals there, wildebeest and so forth, coming from the Mara to the Masai Mara Park in Kenya. And then, of course, with Tanzania, you've got Zanzibar, which is becoming quite a hot spot in terms of beautiful beaches, locations, quite trendy. And combining that with kind of a safari is really quite popular on the honeymoon experience. And then this is just a little sample of what we did in Uganda recently. So I was there just recently. It was a slightly different itinerary to what I've done previously. Those pictures there on the side we took last week. So I'm poking my head out there on top of the safari with the rooftop popped up. We've got amazing guides who are just a wealth. So literally, I don't know how their eyesight does it, but we'll be driving along somewhere and they can see day or night. They can see the birds, the wildlife, and give you so much information, which is great. So you're there kind of quickly getting your camera out, or even, I mean, I think these were taken on an iPhone, but a really terrific experience for 8 days. So we got a domestic flight to Mabara. We did gorilla trekking in Bwindi impenetrable forest. Now, when you do the gorilla trekking, you know, you are going into a rainforest. So you've got all the gear on, you've got the waterproofs, you're going up, down. It's, you know, you need a kind of moderate level of walking ability, I would say. But that being said, we can also help people that are less abled as well. And I've got a slide on that. But you might be walking for half an hour, 45 minutes, not really half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, an hour. You could be walking for 3 hours before you see a family of gorillas. We're working with the wildlife, you know, the kind of the park rangers, and they have people that go and track in advance. So the families will move every night. And so you've got people that are early in the morning looking and tracking. So you have an idea of how long you're going to track, and they'll have a few limited amount of passes. So you're in small groups. And again, it's a really bespoke experience. And so for us, we had porters as well. So you can hire a porter from the local community, and they will be there to kind of literally give you a helping hand. And sometimes you need that. And they'll take your rucksack with you as well. So you've got your packed lunch, you're off early, and you are going through really dense, like it is a rainforest jungle. So you've got people going ahead, and they're basically, it's not like a path that everyone's been on. You really are going right into the thick. And I suppose that's one of the reasons why they call it windy impenetrable forest. But once you get there, the experience is absolutely amazing. And I'll show you a little video on that shortly, very like a little kind of snapshot. So then we also did a community walk through with the Batwa tribe, which is a pygmy tribe. Originally they were living in the forests there, but they have now been, since the forest has been kept for the gorillas, so they are now just on the kind of the outskirts going into the forest in a community there. So it's a great experience to see how they live and how they earn their money with some of the kind of, you know, the goods that they make there, weaving and so forth. So that some of the souvenirs you buy may have been made by them. And it's a great opportunity to support local community as well. We went to Lake Maburo, and we saw elands, impalas, waterbucks, warthogs, zebras, giraffes, and more. We actually did a walk through, and we were literally walking around giraffes, and it was absolutely amazing. They're so beautiful. We went to Mapogo Lodge, which is what Acacia Safaris actually own. They have a dairy farm, so we actually milked some cows, which I wouldn't have done for many, many years. So that was a great experience. And again, it was something that was easily put into our itinerary. It was quite action-packed. We went to the famous Ziwa Rhino Sanctuary, and seeing the amazing rhinos are absolutely massive. So it was quite, it's quite incredible to see them. I think I've got 43 there. And once they get to 50, they will be rehabilitating them into the different national parks through Uganda. So great to see kind of how they're nurtured and looked after, and the experience, that their gamekeepers have there. We went to Murchison Falls, which is absolutely stunning. And we have Parkuba Lodge there. So that's actually in the park there. We did a game drive, we saw giraffes, Ugandan cobs, water bucks, oribi, leopards, bush pig, and much more. And we also did a Nile cruise, which was absolutely lovely as well. We saw elephants from the bank, buffaloes, just absolutely beautiful waterfalls there as well. So let me see if I can share my screen, and just bear with me. I'm going to stop share and then reshare, and hopefully this will work. So as I change, last time I didn't get this right, so fingers crossed for this time. And let's see if I can do this. There was sound, it may not come across, but anyway, this is just snapshots of last week. It's very raw. It's not a kind of corporate video in any way. It's just some images that we put together. Oops. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry, that didn't work. So let me try again.
And welcome
Oh,
to
sorry.
the sunny Maldives.
Sorry,
and
this is
to
actually,
St.
can we-
Maldives.
I'm actually sorry, that is another video has come up. So hang on 1 second. I'm going to have to stop that. And sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, just do share screen again and find it. Oh, you've gone on mute now. Oh, we've lost her altogether now. She'll come back on. Okay, I tell you what, while we're waiting for her to come back on, we'll do the video in a little while. So I'm going to ask Rochelle, Sinu, and Sophie to come on. Are you guys there?
We're ready.
Hello, they're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so we're going to come back to the presentation of the video. We're going to move on now to the stunning hotel. Sinu, Rochelle, go for it. You take it away.
I can't hear anything. Sorry.
Hello, how
So-
are you?
You're all good. So Sophie, are you there as well?
Yep, that's your screen.
Here she is. Mel, we're
Sophie?
going to do yours in a minute.
Okay, sorry about that. I clicked the wrong cross there, so apologies.
No worries, we'll do yours next.
Sophie, do you mind sharing the screen, the video?
The special video.
The special one, the fun one.
Guess what happened today?
Right, good morning, good afternoon.
Did you
and good
recognize anybody in
evening.
the video?
I just landed from a tandem skydive in the Maldives.
He lost all the hair. The hair's gone. It's gone windy.
It flew away with the wind. It was a bit windy, but it was the best and the most awesome thing I have ever done in my entire life. And to be able to do skydiving in the Maldives has been a very different experience. And we are the only resort in the Maldives with skydiving. So just to tell you a little more about Ifuru Island, Maldives, let me share my screen. We'll start with a little bit of a video on what it
So let me tell you a little bit about our special island. We opened in December last year, and we've actually developed an island that has got 10 very unique features that most Maldivian islands are unable to match us. The first one is obviously all of our villas are sunset side of the island. So every guest has a beautiful sunset every day. It's why we go on holidays, and it's one of the most amazing things to offer every guest that opportunity. So that means that we have our own private airport. We own the airport, we built the airport, and it gives us the opportunity to show you and have guests come in direct service with us. We're just flipping through some great photos here, but my other unique feature on this gorgeous island is where we're located. That's my view from the beach. We don't have any wave breakers, which majority of islands do now. We are 100% natural island. So every other island in the Maldives has to have these big rock boulders out the front to stop their island being eroded, but we're a beautiful natural island. And the other thing is we don't have any other resorts near us. So no light pollution, no traffic, no boats, no other seaplanes going by. We have this beautiful magical view right directly from every villa. Another little video. So we've designed the island to be a little different as well. It's the feature of us is we're based on being social, being fun, being a little bit cheeky, and being a very social kind of environment where most holidays, most islands in the Maldives really focus on that honeymooner and wedding couple and romance, but we've got the opportunity to be able to showcase that opportunity as well as having a social environment. There's our plane landing. You can see it's a tiny little aircraft, but that's a 64-seater. We're one of the top 10 islands in the Maldives, so we're a very large size, but that aircraft's coming in very low, under the tree line, very short runway, landing, and 99% of the time the guests do not even recognize it or hear it. If you have a seaplane landing, you'll have it right at the front of the most islands, and you'll get more noise. So the guests are quite surprised that they don't even hear the aircraft when it comes in. And we've got 3 scheduled flights a day. That means also majority of guests are challenged by landing in their resorts in the Maldives because it's only seaplane, which is daylight hours. Obviously, we have our own private airport, so we can have aircraft arriving in at night. And when the weather is bad, which never happens in the Maldives, but maybe it happens once, we're the perfect opportunity because you can always get into our island. There's another quick look at it. As I said, all those beautiful villas. We've got 147 gorgeous sunset side of the island villas. Our smallest one is 58 square meters. The airline we choose to fly privately is Mantra Airlines, the landed aircraft. And if you really love the seaplane, we have that option too, and it lands right there in our harbour. That's our little private entrance from the airport. So there's nothing better. You've arrived internationally, you've got on our domestic flight, you've arrived on the island, and without 2 seconds, we've picked up your luggage, you've been whisked off in our Barbie buggy, this bright pink buggy, straight to your villa, and in 5 seconds, you can be literally at your beachfront. That's what we call the Friendship Centre. That's where you meet your buddy staff, and everything happens there. There's a great view of all of our villas located there on that perfect ocean. So our first room category, over to you.
our first room category, we start with our 2-bedroom sunset pool villas, perfect for families, groups of friends traveling together. They are 2 bedrooms, a living area with a pool and a huge front lawn for the kids to play. And then you have the beach on the other side as well. The entrance to the room, a quick look at the living room and the bedroom. So it's 1 double bed for if it's a family trying to get it, 1 double bed on one side and twin beds on the other, with a maximum occupancy of 4 adults, 2 kids, or 6 adults in these rooms. You have huge outdoor and indoor showers. A quick look at the room. Another aerial view of the resort and our villas. And going into Sunset Sky Suites and Sunset Beach Suites. So these are a maximum of our inventory, 50 Sunset Sky Suites and 50 Sunset Beach Suites. These actually come in a building, it's a duplex building of 4 rooms, 2 rooms upstairs, 2 rooms downstairs, with separate entrances. We also offer interconnecting rooms, which I'll show you in a little bit, for these villa room categories. So this is the view from a Sunset Sky Suite. Gorgeous terrace, very spacious, can easily accommodate 2 adults, 2 kids in these rooms. Sunset Beach Suite, and on this side here, you can see a second door which leads into the room next door. This is called an interconnecting Sunset Sky or Beach Suite, where if you want to stay with your family, this is again a great option for you. The bathroom, and this is just a quick outside view of how the duplex unit looks like. Each of these duplex, so we have 5 duplex units in one area. We call this a retreat, and in the middle of the retreat, you have this sunken lounge, where you can, again, it's a very fun social environment where we encourage people to socialize, get together. We have these gorgeous minibar cocktails, part of our premium all-inclusive here on the island. This one's my favorite.
So we've done a little differently. Instead of having perhaps a can of sugar, we've decided to actually make homemade cocktails. They change quite regularly. My favorite is the espresso martini. They are quite strong. So the idea is to grab the glass, grab the ice from the minibar and walk outside, watch the sunset and enjoy that social atmosphere so everybody can be together. It's proving to be quite social.
Sunset Beach Villas, 35 units, standalone rooms, with direct access to the beach.
This is actually the view. I mean, you're literally looking at the bed and it's white fluffy sand. Our beach is probably another secret weapon. It's 1.2 kilometers long. It's all white fluffy sand and a beautiful lagoon right in front of you. And just where you see that darker blue in that distance of the photo is our house reef. Lots of turtles there. We've seen dolphins go past on a regular basis, like 50 or 60 morning and evening, and it's quite and it's very, very normal. We're getting too used to it now, but it's quite normal. Great views straight from the beach, lovely outdoor bathrooms, and then we've got a beautiful 9 at the very end, a little bit more private, which have the private pools. So you can see they're a great view of the beach, the access, the natural lushness of our island, the privacy that you're actually getting. Each villa has its own little garden walkway down to the beach and a view from the bed, basically. There's another great picture. There's your little entrance to the privacy of the beach. So obviously we've got all that beautiful accommodation, but what makes us different again is the uniqueness of having a very high-end premium all-inclusive. We've pride ourselves, and our guests are raving about the food quality we have and the restaurants we offer. So it's a 24-hour premium all-inclusive, and then you have an option to spoil yourself. So every menu we offer on the property is no prices, everything's included on that menu, so there's no confusion. So many times when I go to an all-inclusive restaurant, I see an AI or a not included. I'm not sure if I can have a banana milkshake, but everything on our menu is very clear. It's all included and it's exclusively yours. But if you want to spoil yourself, we have another menu, we bring it over, and that's an opportunity to actually enjoy some of the items from the spa, some destination dining like floating breakfasts, some diving, excursions, motorized water sports, skydiving, weddings, and epic events. So everyone likes to spoil themselves on holidays, so that's a lovely menu to get hold of as well. The restaurant options and the dining options are vast. Obviously, we're a great big island, so we've got lots of choices, 6 different dining options and 4 bars. This is Social House. This is our main dining venue, which is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The guests just sit here all day and enjoy cocktails and pizzas, and it's really hard to get them to move because you're getting a beautiful breeze and a great view, and you can just dive into the pool and come back out and have another nibble. The dining, as I said, is social. After COVID, we're all enjoying having a chat with the neighbours now and sitting together and enjoying social conversation. And we've got the perfect restaurant for that. The food, as I said, is our secret weapon. We're very high end. We're competing with some of the big 5 stars here because we actually wanted to make sure that you're getting that special experience for an all-inclusive. As I said, it's premium all-inclusive. Hubba Hubba is a great groovy little bar we have right there on the poolside and the ocean sunsets. Great spot for DJs. We have some cocktails with some action like the gong there. Right next door to that is the poolside pizza. We do poolside pizza by the meter, so you don't have to order and wait. It's basically get out of the pool, grab a slice of pizza that's been made fresh constantly. So it's pizza by the meter. We have different choices there. So it makes it nice and easy, and it's all included. So 2 beautiful signature restaurants. This is Palm Grill in that main complex area, which has its beautiful little corner and some great outdoor dining right there close to the pool. But it's a great option for your fresh grilled fish that we're getting locally and sustainably from the local fishermen, but also lots of grills and obviously a great vegan menu because we can't leave them out too. There's always an option. And then this is my pride and joy. I had the pleasure of designing this and colouring that beautiful blue. And this is the Waterfront Restaurant. It's an elegant evening over water and Mediterranean Asian cuisine. And again, all-inclusive on our premium all-inclusive. This is the hottest spot during the daytime for a party and a DJ and a chill out. We've based this basically on some of the Mediterranean style beach clubs, and it's becoming quite the spot. Bit of dancing on the bar at sometimes. But it's a great all-inclusive, and it has some great options also. We all know about the shaker salad that the Kardashians made famously. You can go get one there and enjoy a nice healthy salad while you're sitting at the beach having a couple of cocktails. The other one is Ifuru Eats. As I said, we were 24 hours, so my idea of having room services calling up, they never get the order right. I ended up not missing a fork or a spoon, or perhaps they had to take 25 minutes to get it. This one, we just pick up the phone, press the magic button, the little buggy comes around, you walk out in your bathrobe, pick it up, open the doors, and you can pick, say, a box of noodles, a cheesecake, and perhaps some crudité, and just walk back in a takeaway box and eat it. So available for all the times after hours of the restaurants aren't open. So it gives you a nice little option. Xanadu Spa?
My favorite place, one of my favorite places in the resort, 8 treatment rooms. We've built our spa philosophy around relax, recover, revitalize, restore, replace, and rejuvenate. These are 6 forms of wellness. We work with Coco, which is sustainable local brand as part of our initiative to kind of support local businesses here in the Maldives. You have our wet areas with these gorgeous blue bathrooms, very comfortable, which is our steam sauna and punch pool, perfect for pre-treatment or after treatment. And we have a fully equipped nail salon and bar to get 24-hour all-inclusive means a 24-hour gym, as well as 24-hour fitness, 24-hour flat tennis court, and multi-court. We have a kids club for our little VIPs, complete with a nap room, with a great activity calendar, which keeps them kind of entertained, as well as it's a chance for them to educate. Just a quick look. I'll give to you your island wedding. So something very, very, very special about Ifuru Island, Maldives. We have this beautiful location, which is in a secret spot here on the island, which is a wedding pavilion. So for a stay of 7 nights or more with us here in Ifuru, we give you your island wedding on us.
Yeah, you heard it, a free wedding. Guest stay 7 nights, we give you a free wedding.
It gives you your wedding cake, a bottle of champagne, your celebrant, your vows are done, a beautiful walkway, spa treatment, separate rooms, and your wedding bouquet and boutonniere as well.
We press your clothes, we arrange the room next door so he can get changed and not see you. It's all organized.
Just going through, we understand while the wedding might not be for everyone. This is the Ifuru House Reef you're looking at right now. If you do not want to have a wedding, we actually offer what we call $500 dive credit, which can be used for excursions, can be used for diving, or for motorized water sports for a 7-night stay. And last but not least, skydiving. We are the only resort in the Maldives with a permanent drop zone.
Yeah. So the beauty of this is we've actually had 5 world champions come over the last 5 months and jump here, and they've all hand on heart said it is the best drop zone in the world. They've had an amazing view, and it's just been spectacular to jump here. Very easy and a great property. So that's us.
And that's Ifuru Maldives.
Thank you very much, and thank you for arranging the skydiving video. It was very fun. Although a lot of people thought it was quite scary.
Have fun doing it. And I would just say this once again, it is definitely something you should do at least once in your life. It gives you such a rush, and there's no better place to do it than here in the Maldives.
And we've had 2 75-year-olds do it, and a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old do it.
Wow. Excellent. So definitely fit for the adventure webinar. So a big thank you. If you have any questions at all, please pop them into the Q&A and pop them for the attention of Sinu, and we will answer them just towards the end. So thank you for that. Victoria, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Perfect. So we're hop, skipping and jumping across to Dominica, and it's over to you.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. I hope you can all see my screen okay. So I am going to take you over to one of my favorite islands, which is Dominica. I couldn't say it then. I have got a video on the destination, which I'm going to try and play later on, but I have a feeling I'm going to run out of time. So I will send you a link if I don't get to send it. But Dominica is known as the nature island of the Caribbean. It has 365 rivers. It has an abundance of adventure above and below the water. So there really is something for everybody. I think one of the million-dollar questions for the UK market has always been, how do we get there? And there is a code-share flight on BA. So British Airways fly into Barbados. You arrive in Barbados around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, local time. It's about a 2-hour transfer in Barbados, and then you connect to Inter-Caribbean and you fly on to Dominica, and it's just an hour flight to Dominica. What's important is that when you go to check-in in the UK, go to the check-in desk rather than going to bag drop, and make sure that when you get your 2 boarding cards, you have 2 luggage labels. And then when you get to Barbados, yourself and your luggage will both just transit in Barbados. It's a very seamless experience, and you arrive into Dominica within the same day. If you're watching from the US, we do have direct flights with American. And if you're watching from any other European countries, you can go via France into Martinique and get the ferry, or you could come through London. So it's not a direct flight service for UK and Europe, but it is well worth making that effort to get there. So I'm going to go through a couple of slides, and I'm going to show you some of the destination before I show you the hotel, because you need to kind of sell the destination to your clients first. So Dominica, as I said, has 365 rivers. It's protected rainforests. It has marine reserves. It has the world's 2nd largest boiling lake. So there is really something for everybody. And as I say, you don't have to do extreme adventure. You could just do, nature trails and breathe in all the flora and fauna if you wanted to. However, if you are a little bit more extreme, I'm just going to make sure that these are turned off. This is our previous canyoning. And canyoning is about 5 minutes away from Fort Young Hotel and Dive Resort. You don't have to jump if you don't want to. You could go down on the ropes as well, or if you're a little nervous, there's always someone to give you a little bit of a push. It's not quite as far as the skydiving you saw earlier on, and it's probably a bit of a wetter landing, but it is really, really good fun, and it's in the most amazing scenery. Another activity that I love is swimming up Take 2 Gorge. So this is a gorge that you swim up. It goes up probably about 75 feet, and it's just got beautiful canopies, and it's this rock formation that you just swim through. When you get in the water, it's freezing cold, but you don't notice it after a couple of minutes because it's just so amazing. And then when you get to the end of the gorge, there's this huge waterfall, and you can climb up. You can't actually stand directly under the waterfall because of the pressure, but it's a great place to take photos, and it is just incredible. Some of the other activities that you might want to do on the island, one of my favorite places to go when it's raining, and it doesn't, you know, you get showers in Dominica, but it actually adds to it, is to go to so yeah, this is Trafalgar Falls. This is 2 different waterfalls, and it's a 10-minute trail down to the waterfalls, and they're absolutely stunning. And I love to combine this with the hot springs. So there are 5 different temperature hot springs, and you can just spend hours in here, and your skin, when you come out, your skin is so soft. It's absolutely incredible. So you can put some of these activities together. Now, there's lots of hiking in Dominica. You can do trails. You can, if you've got, I've taken people to Dominica that have just, you know, they've had new knees and all sorts of things, and they've just done really nice guided walks where it's quite easy terrain to walk under, and looked at the butterflies on the birds. But if you want to do something a little bit more extreme, then these are great. This is the Boiling Lake hike. I'm just going to make sure that all my videos are down. So this is the Boiling Lake hike. So first of all, you just hike through the rainforest, which is absolutely gorgeous and stunning. And then as you do that, you come down to something called the Valley of the Valley of Desolation, which you then walk down into. Now, this hike altogether takes about 8 hours. And after you come down through the Valley of Desolation, this video that I'm showing you is just something I took on my phone. So it's bubbling water, which you can actually boil eggs in, but that's what you've walked down from. So this hike altogether takes about 7 hours. You can do it a lot faster, but ultimately after you've gone through the Valley of Desolation, you walk over lots of little streams, and you come to the world's 2nd largest boiling lake, which is just an amazing thing to watch. They are actually in the process of building a funicular, so you will be able to go over the Boiling Lake hike where the hikers go, and just go in the car. Another tour which I love to do is the Indian River cruise. So these videos should be up. So this is a gentleman that just rows us up the Indian River, and this is where they film some of the Pirates in the Caribbean. It's a really lovely cruise. You sit back, you've got a rum punch, and here we go.
We call it Dominica, the nature isle.
So he was a really lovely guide. He takes you up and he shows you all the flora and fauna as you go, and you get up to the end, and there's a bar where you can get a drink. And then we met, actually last time we were there, we met his son, who was so cute. We had to video or film him saying welcome to Dominica as well. So I'm just going to play this for you as well.
We call it Dominica, the nature isle.
So if you've watched the actual tourist board video, then you'll see why we keep saying we call it Dominica, but it is gorgeous. So that's just some of the activities that you can do on land. But if you want to go underwater, and if you can imagine, Dominica as a destination has 10 different volcanoes on it. So as much as it's rugged at the top, it's the same underneath. So it's an amazing destination in the Caribbean for diving and snorkeling, whale watching as well, which I'm going to come on to a little bit later. But the hotel that we're talking about today actually does have a dive center on site. So this video I'm going to play, this just shows you diving at an area called the Champagne Reef, and you can snorkel here, which is why I've included this video. So as I say, we've snorkeled there, and it's literally, when you're snorkeling, it's about between 5 and then maybe 5 feet and maybe 20 feet. And the terrain changes as you're snorkeling. And as you snorkel around, you get to the area that they call the Champagne Reef. There are hot bubbles coming up because it's volcanic, and you swim through the bubbles, and it's amazing. And then you swim out, and you swim out over the wall, and it's just an abyss of blue. And then we have actually been there and seen divers before. So that is a lovely experience that you can put together. Now, Fort Young has 2 brand new dive boats, and because of that, we're able to offer some incredible packages where you can do whale watching and also swimming with sperm whales. So this is one of our whale watching packages. Now, we do this twice a week on a Wednesday and a Sunday, and all of these things I'm showing you, we can actually create bespoke packages where we can combine snorkeling or diving and whale watching with hiking and trekking and going through somewhere like Take Two Gorge and going. So all of these things that I'm showing you, we have got different packages that I'll share with you afterwards. But this is just something that gives you an idea of what you can do when you come to Fort Young Hotel and Dive Resort and Dominica. So that was whale watching. Now we have something else which is incredible, which is called swimming with sperm whales. It's snorkeling. You don't have to be a diver. You do need to be a strong swimmer. Ages from 18 upwards, and they only have one boat goes out and can actually do the snorkeling with the sperm whales at any one time. It's year round, and we have bought some licenses, so we have 3 opportunities currently this year at the moment with exceptionally good rates. Next year they will be a lot more expensive. The snorkeling with the sperm whales is great because in Dominica we have 250 resident sperm whales all year round. So because of the destination and the typography of the destination, it's a great nursery. So mums and calves are there all the time, and the mums can teach the calves to dive, and there's an abundance of great squid as well. And the government of Dominica has actually just created the first whale reserve. And that's where they're not in captivity, but they're actually creating on the west coast of Dominica. The whole area will be now looked after and kept as a whale reserve. So if you're interested at all, my details will be at the end, and you'll be able to get information on those packages, which you can then sell to your clients. And you could just sell 1 or 2 people or 4 people or 6 people on a package. So when we come to talk about the hotel now, we are actually in the capital, Roseau. So a fabulous location. You can walk out to lots of bars and restaurants, and we're on the edge of the Caribbean Sea. But lots of these activities that I've just shown you, you can see here, they're within a 5 to 20-minute journey, either by walking, by car, or by boat from the hotel. So you can get to do so many amazing things, but you don't spend a lot of the time in a car traveling to and fro. And because we've got all of this amazing adventure on our island, we've also created a package called the All-Inclusive Island Included. And this could be great just for you to use as a marketing tool, but every single day there is an island adventure included. So if you book a stay for a week, it might be that one day you go out and you do whale watching, another day you go out and you do snorkeling, another day you go out and you do Take Two Gorge, and then you come back and you just relax at the resort afterwards. And what's great about this package as well is that it's really good for the eco side of the resort, of the destination as well. It's got a really low footprint, and it does give back to the local community. So I think it's got one of the highest ADRs that actually give back to the local community, which is really good for the economic nutrition of the island of Dominica. So this is the Fort Young Hotel itself. It was originally built in 1699 as a fort to protect the island. It's had many different uses over the years, but it's the oldest hotel on the island. And this is the original fort wall that you can see around here. And it's been really sympathetically put into the design of the hotel. So as your clients drive up, they would depart from their car here and enter into the property. And these are just some little videos. Again, I better just check my sound on these. But these are just some little videos that show you. So this is as you come into the property. And then as you come through, you've got this lovely, again, all original fort walls. This is a really lovely lounge bar area. And to the opposite side of this, you have the reception and a really lovely courtyard. What's great is because it's owned and run by a local Dominican family, you do get a lot of Dominicans will come here. They celebrate birthdays, they have business meetings, they come for a coffee or a drink to see friends. And the last video here just shows you how you actually can see how they've managed and put the old and the new together. So that's where you've got the Caribbean Sea coming around, and you can just see these lovely glass areas they've put here and the stonework, and then that goes to the old block as well. So you can see how they've really married it together. And this is what you come back to. So when you've gone out to do all your adventure, you want to come back and sit by the pool and relax. And the sunsets here are absolutely incredible. So in the property itself, they actually have an old area where they've kind of created a wine and rum cellar. They've got an art gallery where they always have local artists work on display, and they have ocean aged rum in the rum cellar as well. So that actually, when you do the shore diving outside the property, you can dive down and see the casks where they've actually got rum in the ocean, which is aging over a period of time. So you can try some of that as well. And they've also got a fabulous barista coffee shop in the courtyard, which is great. So if you ever need to get your proper coffee, which I sometimes struggle with when I go abroad, you can always get it there as well. So there are lots of lovely restaurants. I'm going to send you fact sheets with all the details of how many restaurants they have, etc. But I didn't want to overly focus on that. This is just an aerial view. This is an older image of the property when they were still doing the refurbishment, but it just gives you a good layout. So these are the new rooms in the Fort block. These are 2 blocks are our older rooms. So this is actually our premium room category here because they're right over the sea. This is the second category because it's slightly further back. And then these are actually the lead-in rooms in the new Fort block. So these are our new lead-in rooms. We have an ocean view room, and which has this beautiful ocean view with these lovely floating balconies. And then we have another room which doesn't have a balcony, but it looks out over the mountains and it has a beautiful picture window. These rooms are always interconnecting. So you'd always have a twin room next to a double room which interconnects. So great for families. And I would say, you know, for families with children who are active, so not babies and toddlers, but if you've got children that now want to go and do a bit of adventure travel with their family, would be amazing to do something like this. And again, you could twin that with a Barbados or a St. Lucia or an Antigua, so you get some beach time in as well. This is these are the older rooms, which I mentioned earlier, but they are the larger rooms and they've been all refurbished. And what's lovely about all of these rooms is that you know that you're in Dominica when you come here. So this is a map of Dominica in the 1700s. And in the previous slide, you actually had a map of the fort when it was a working fort. And of course, when you've done all of those amazing activities and you want some time to relax, you can come down to the Zemi Spa, where we have 2 treatment rooms which look over the Caribbean Sea. Now, we'd love you to come out and see it because once you've seen it, you can sell it. So we do have a great agent rate of $160 per night. I will send this out to you as well afterwards so that if you wanted to come and spend a few nights in Dominica, and we can also marry that for you with some activities so we can help build out your itinerary as well. So if that's something that you'd like to do, then we would definitely like to help you arrange that. On our website as well, and I will send this out to you, but our trade-facing website now is really a place where we've built it out for you to get all the information you need. So on here, we've got peer-to-peer reviews, we've got interviews with the GM, we've got links to training videos, we've got links to images, we've got the images that have been done professionally, and I've also put all my images and videos as well on there so that if you just want it to look a little bit more real, then you're very, very welcome to use my videos. The QR code on the screen now will take you straight to our website, and we have content writers in-house that are writing blogs and newsletters, and you're very welcome to copy and paste any of their information as well. We are on Instagram if you would like to follow us at Paradise Promotions Marketing. We do draw a winner every month and give them an Amazon voucher of £25, so another chance for you to win a little bit more money. But what we're putting on our Instagram moving forward is just going to be offers, details of the resorts, reels that you can share with your clients, and marketing information. We do have fam trips each year. We try to do a fam trip to every one of our clients. So if you're interested in coming on a fam trip to Dominica, we would have to just ask you if to pay your international flights, and then we will look after you once you're in the destination. And every time we take a travel agent on a fam trip, we will plant a tree just to help offset some of the carbon footprint that creates. And that's everything from me. Thank you very much for your time and for watching. And I will pass back over to Sarah.
Thank you very much, Victoria. Sorry if I was putting you off doing the time zone.
I'm sorry, I didn't notice.
Okay, that's all right.
I know that we've overrun a little bit today, but hopefully everything was quite important and relevant, I think. So hopefully it was good.
We have, but it was really good. There's a couple of questions for you, Victoria. Just before we go on to the Q&A, Melanie's back. She's just going to share her video with you. So Melanie, fire away, and then we will go on to our time where we ask all of you the questions ready for the prize draw. So Melanie, if you could share your video.
Yeah, I'll share, they're just little snapshots. I've got a presentation and it talks a little bit more in detail about some of the itineraries we have. I'm going to follow up with those. Also the family offering, honeymoon offering, and then also for those less abled, we can actually do gorilla checking with sedans. So with, you know, the seats on the kind of the poles, so quite safe, and another way for someone to have that amazing experience. So this is not a corporate video, it's very much taken from the mobile and put together. I'm hoping it works, and I'm just gonna have a quick go, a couple of little videos. So just going into WhatsApp, and can you see? Can you see my screen?
Yep, yep.
Okay, so this is gorillas, and this was from last week. So again, it's very raw footage, which we're putting together. We're collating from a few people, so I'll have a little reel to send to everyone next week. We're just collating the last of it. But this is just very up close. This is us. We've done our trek for like 45 minutes an hour, and you can see we're really close by. I'm probably at the back of the queue here, slightly scared, but it's just the most amazing experience when you see the family here, and then you've got the rest of the family behind as well. So we've gone through up and downhill in our gear, and then you've got a little rustling, and then you've got the rest of the family coming for lunchtime. And it's just the most amazing experience to actually, you know, bring and all the time you've got the rangers giving you anecdotes about the life and the gorillas and primates. So they're very looked after. It's just an amazing experience. Now I'm going to move to another quick video.
If I was you, I'd turn the volume down because it's really hard to hear you over the noise of the video.
Fine. Okay. Thank you. Good point. And again, this is just, I don't know if you can hear me, but this is from one Jeep to another. And then we walked amongst the giraffes the same day with an amazing ranger, and she knew everything, and we just learned so much. And then just one last one of little snack shops. Again, this is across the week, and this is just some of the things that we do as a group. And it was action-packed. We had somebody that's from the US with us.
If you love somebody, better tell them why they're here, 'cause they just may run away from you. You'll never know quite when. Well, then again, it just depends on how long the time is left for you. I've had the highest mountains, I've had the deepest river. You can have it all, but now keep moving. I'll take it in, but don't look down. I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. Ain't nothing for a while now. Pay my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile.
That was it. It was just short and sweet, and just little snapshots of an amazing trip. But we can do really incredible experiences there for a range of itineraries. So I'm going to send them on afterwards.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Melanie. We're glad we saw them. So now we get to the part of the day. I know we've had a lot of questions and everybody's been answering them. Victoria, you've still got a couple in of questions in the Q&A, and Melanie, also you've got one from Greg, and it's is it possible to see both gorillas and chimpanzees on the same trip?
Yes, it is. It's going to be different days, but you absolutely can do, and Uganda is great for that.
Perfect. And is the gear provided, or can it be rented for the walks and treks?
To be honest, we have a kind of like list of what we suggest. I'll send it actually when I do the follow-up, and you've got waterproofs and stuff. I rented my gloves because I forgot my like gardening gloves when you're actually going through the gorillas and stuff. But otherwise, mostly people bring it, and you know, I went to the Decathlon, you know, millets and stuff, and we can give you guidance on what you can have. But most of the things that I've used, again, in the UK.
Super, thank you. And Victoria, how much is a sperm whales tour?
So to swim with the sperm whales, at the moment, we've got packages that start from about £2,600 per person, but I will send the information out to people and then they'll have it and they'll have the available dates as well.
Okay, perfect. Okay, right. So we're getting to the part of the day where we test you all. If you can all go to chat, make sure that your drop down says everyone. So as a reminder, everybody on the webinar gets one prize draw entry. If you are the fastest finger and you answer correctly, you get your 10 prize draw points. I then stick you all in a magic wheel and the computer decides who the winners are, and I will let you know tomorrow. So, Andrea.
Okay. I mentioned a new tour which goes through 2 national parks. Which national parks were they?
A tour that goes through 2 national parks. There we go.
Oh yeah, someone's just got it first.
Hang on. It's the Bryce Canyon and
Zion.
Zion. Perfect. Greg, you're fast. You have your 10 points. Melanie.
So actually mine kind of almost follows on from Andrea's. I mentioned somewhere that you can see gorillas. So where could you see gorillas in Uganda? Now it's not Uganda, it's more, and I can see a bit of it. It's actually called forest.
Forest. I don't see that.
Yeah.
People are getting it. It starts with, yeah, I mean, there is something between the B and the F. Someone had the 3 there.
Hang on.
I'm going to say it's windy impenetrable, and it came up forest. So whoever had that first.
Diane. That was a hard one, Melanie.
I'm sorry, but you know, seeing as I'd mucked up with the video earlier, I thought I'm just going to do something to see who had listened to the first part. Bit testing.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And Sinu and Rochelle, you've grown your hair back a little bit.
Okay, we're the only island that offers a free wedding. And how many nights would you like to stay? You have to stay to get a free wedding. So many answers, you've got it right, 7 nights.
Okay, so I'm scrolling right back up to the top here. Katie, you were the first person with the correct answer.
Congratulations, we'll see you soon.
Lots and lots there, yeah, absolutely. Last but not least, Victoria.
Okay, so I talked about how you get to Dominica from the UK, and I said there was a code share through Barbados with an airline, and I just want to know which airline it was. Yeah, it was BA, British Airways. So, gosh, lots and lots of answers.
Juta was the first person.
Yeah.
Super amazing. You all have your 10 entries. Thank you to Andrea, Sophie, Rochelle, Sinu, Melanie, and Victoria for the amazing presentations today. I think everybody's absolutely adored them. Thank you guys for your time. I know it's a lot, and to Rochelle as well, that you've stepped out of operations, bless you, to come and share your amazing hotel with us. So thank you. We appreciate it. Any questions you've got, you will get a follow-up with all of the contact details. So do let them know if there's anything that we can help you with. And don't forget, these hotels are completely trade friendly, wanting to work with you, which is becoming rarer. So please do send them your business. If you've got any questions, you need any help, let them know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. And thanks for joining us. Have a great Easter, everybody. And we will see you all next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.